welcome to another tutorial from KurtSteeleTraining.com. I want to just share with you the just simplicity of creating a blog post with Talkfusion. It's just a really easy process. So I'm going to customize this for one of my colleagues and friends who is attempting to put the code for his video on his blog, and also a registration form for a webinar that he wants to do. So I'm going to do this in two parts. The first part is just actually this blog here. I've created a new post called Sample Virtual Business Card. I'll go into Talkfusion. I've already created a video, so I'll go into my Fusion video library. And then I will go to this little video here. When you go over the video, it says post video to website, share the video. We're going to post the video to a website. It'll start playing the video. So I'm going to pause it. I have a couple options here. I can embed this as a video only. A lot of blogs, it's better to embed it just with the video only because of the space on the blog. You kind of have to pace this yourself. You can do the video with your template, whatever template you built your video email in, all the information will pop up like that. So it's up to you. A lot of times when I use Talkfusion on extemporaneously extra blogs and websites, I use post video only. Then there's a direct link option, open video in a pop-up window, opens video in a new window. We're not going to do that because we're going to embed it. So we'll just, and then if you want it to auto launch when the person comes to the page, then you can select auto launch or do manual launch. So I'm just going to do a manual launch, post the video only. I grab the code, I copy that code, and then I go over to my tab where I have my post here. Now this is really important. What you see is what you get. WYSIWYGs, that's what we call it. What you see is what you get. We'll have a visual design editor where you can put graphics and fonts and different kinds of things just by doing like a Word document. We're going to actually do the HTML code. So let's just say we call this virtual business card. And what I always do is I design my page, and then I'll put like parentheses video, and if I've got a lot of wording and so forth, I might go video with a lot of O's, just so it's easy to find in the code. Now this is going to be really simple when I go to the HTML code, but I do this because if you had a lot of scripting, a lot of intro words and those kinds of things, and you're building your website, it's always a good habit to have a place marker so you can find it. Then you go to HTML, and where it says, where you've placed the video, you'll just place the code right there. Now it's that simple. I can go ahead and publish this right away. And when I publish it, I'm able to view the post. So I always test the post to make sure it is formatted correctly. And this is where you can make adjustment on size of the video and so forth. Let's scroll down and see, there it is, perfect. It's placed perfectly on the page. Now I could have been fancy and put a graphic and the whole thing, but I'm doing this for demo purposes. So now I want to go back to my dashboard, and I actually want to edit that post and continue to work. So as you can see, this has, it's just no stress. It's very, very simple. I love Talkfusion because, I have literally done thousands upon thousands of videos. I've never had a problem with the issue. The only challenge I had is one time they upgraded to more of the HTML5 format, and some of my landing pages I had to go back and republish my videos. But they gave us a warning on that and all that. So now here we are. There's the code, so I can just hit the return, and I can go back, I can put some letters, go back to visual, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want to have a placekeeper right here for my code that I'm going to enter for the registration of my site. So I will enter code here for registration. Okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a form that I'm going to be able to invite, basically people can register for a webinar that I'm going to be doing. Okay, so now I go here and I'm going to close this window. Now I want to go to the different video responders. So I'm going to go to eSubscription 2.0. Guys, this is a great program. And I'm going to, for very simple purposes, I am just going to click and design a custom form. What's really cool about this is they've got templates now. In the early days of this product, they really didn't have templates, and it was it was a little more of a pain to design this. So I'm going to just take a basic contact form and do the editing. So in other words, I can come in and I can edit this contact form. I can go registration page for webinar, okay? And I can apply that, and look at that, it changes that title to that. Now I'm just going to do name and email address and a submit button. I can even edit that and call it register now and apply it, and it turns the button into register now. So it's very, very easy to edit this. I'm not going to take a lot of time with this because I have other tutorials that we can use over and over and over again. So now I'm going to save this form. Also, I want to, before I do it, there's a redirect URL right here, this section right here. And what I want to do is put in my URL to my blog. And this is really important. This is classy to do this. I'm going to put Kurt Steele training. These are power moves, I call them. And this is when they register and they double opt in, it's going to redirect them to my blog because I want them to get on my blog, know a little bit more information about me and so forth. So you can change the title color, like, it's black and white right now. Why don't we change it to red? And you'll notice, boom, it changes. It's really, really pretty intuitive to do this. You can add fields and so forth if you want phone numbers. I'm going to highly recommend when you do registrations on the web, you don't make it complicated with a lot of things, or otherwise people will not register, won't take the time. Name, email address, and possibly phone number. That's about all you're going to be able to ask them for, unless it's a specialty form. Then we're going to save the form. We have to name the form, so it didn't do it. It didn't actually save it. It just popped me up here. And so it's probably going to give me a prompt saying enter the form name. It's really, really intuitive. So I'm going to call this demo because that's what this is. And now I'll save the form. And it immediately names it demo, which I can always call up in my library. And then I can select the code. When I select the code, I'm just gonna copy that code, and I'm done. And basically, that's all there's to it. So I'm taking that code And I can return to the, the eSubscription dashboard, or I can close out the window. I'm closing out the window. I'll go into my blog, and then notice I've put this, enter code for registration. Now this is a very, very basic registration page. I'm not doing anything, matching the graphics. I'm not trying to make this pretty. I'm just showing how to do it. You enter the code. Once you enter the code, you update that page in WordPress or any kind of a WYSIWYG that you're using. And now let's view the post and see how it came out. Anyone can do this. It's very, very simple. And there's your registration page for the webinar. Now, understand this is not formatted. It doesn't necessarily look pretty, but a webmaster or you with creativity and some graphics and properly centering it and doing all those things, this will work out absolutely marvelous. It's a fantastic product, very easy to use, cut and paste. It's that simple. And thank you very much for joining me on this demo.